Good afternoon. How are you? Can you see me? Can you hear me well? Please a thumbs up or write something in the Zoom chat. Ciao, guys. Oh, we have some of our students. How are you, Monica? Yunus, Zameti, how are you? Oh, it's a pleasure to see you again here virtually. Ciao, guys. Okay, I think that we can start with this lesson. So a very warm welcome to Carpigiani Gelato University virtually. Nice to meet you. My name is Arianna. I'm a student coordinator here at the school. And today I'm here with Diletta, one of our teacher and chef. And so guys, will be a very interesting and bizarre lesson, online lesson. So I remind you that for those who will not, who still not know about artisanal gelato, tomorrow there'll be a free introductory lesson about artisanal gelato. And so if you want to enroll yourself, why not? This is an amazing online course. So I'm wasting your time. I leave you with this amazing lesson. So let's find out which bizarre Halloween recipe Diletta will create for you. Thank you guys and see you later.
Thank you, Arianna. See you for tasting. Hi, welcome. Nice to meet you. I hope you will be willing to make a lot of questions if you want. I hope you will like what we are doing today, because we were thinking of presenting you something interesting for Halloween. Not in every country is traditional as a holiday of recurrence, but nowadays it's something that it's, I could say, in the folklore or in every country, because it's something nice, something fun. It's a nice occasion to, also wear masks and play with kids. And also to offer something new and interesting and different to our customers. So let's embrace it, let's have fun, and let's try something, I hope, new and fun. We brainstormed a bit in order to decide what recipe to offer, because we wanted something to be interesting for every country, every taste, for example, for every palate. But, the classic ones for Halloween are something maybe pumpkin-based, are orange, are things like that. But we wanted to make something different, and we chose something that I will present you, and then I will tell you about. You will see strange color, because we decided to offer you today a black sesame gelato. A black sesame gelato with a hint of vanilla, but I will tell you that you can, play with other aromas in order to have more fun and make it more suitable to your taste or to your customers' taste. And we will also see a different presentation that we can offer if we want to go maybe for a more simple or elegant way of presentation, or if we maybe have a gelato parlor near to a school, if between our customers there are many family with kids, we can play in a spookier version, a spookier presentation, and play a little bit more and have fun with the presentation in order to be, different. What's this black sesame gelato? We use black sesame paste, like tahini for some of you that may be, used to it. It's simple and pure black sesame seeds that has been grounded into a paste. And we use it to create our recipe that we will see later on more in detail. And if you want to ask questions about it, I'm here for you. So we're using our black sesame paste as we would use, for example, an hazelnut paste, a pistachio paste, because it's more or less, even if it's not a dried fruit, sesame, it's very similar in terms of nutritional values and characteristics. So we can use it and play instead of our more normal, let's say, dried fruits. Also, the taste is particular, is intense, is nutty, is interesting, but it's not that strange that can, maybe scare in a way that we don't want our customers, because it's not, it's pleasant. And especially today, I wanted to play, and I used also a nice touch of vanilla to make it more rounded, more, soft. But as I was saying, we could also play with other aromas that really plays well with the flavor of black sesame. For example, you could switch vanilla for cinnamon. That is very, very folly, very autumny, very reminiscent of those pumpkin spice that in many countries are really loved, especially in this time of the year. But you can also play with a little bit more contrast. And for example, think about being a chef. I use sesame paste a lot in cooking, but I think everybody nowadays loves, for example, hummus. So think about the lemon juice or the lemon zest that plays very well with the nutty flavor of black sesame. So for example, you could even add lemon and orange zest to give it more of a zingy play and twist. You could play with whatever flavor you want. You could even infuse your base with other aromas, and we'll talk about infusion a little bit more later on. But let's get started, and let's put our mix into our batch freezer. As usual, we always double check that it's perfectly closed. Sure, we go in our wonderful gray mixture, because you will see black sesame paste. I don't have some to show you right now, but it's really, really dark. It's like ink, very black. Of course, since we now are using milk-based, making a milk-based gelato with milk, with cream. Of course, we're losing a little bit, we're fading a little bit the color, but I really love the shade of gray we're playing with. I think it's very elegant, and we will play wonderfully also with the topic, with the variegation we're gonna use in this case. We're gonna play nicely with a color contrast. But I will tell you a little bit more. For the moment, let's start the process of batch freezing. For our machine, we choose the program Gelato Excellent. We have a number here. That means we're dialoguing, we're telling the machine, we have a milk-based mixture, do what you do best, and so reach the perfect consistency, and she will work with us. I will just put our batch last cheer on. And here we are. As I was saying, you saw a gray shade in our gelato. If you ever desire a more black, a more intense color, you could, for example, prepare your gelato a little bit in advance, especially if you work with a display counter, so with an open tray. You could prepare a little bit in advance, because generally we do not want our gelato to oxidize, to turn a little bit darker in color. In this case, the slight oxidation that occurs naturally creates a little bit of a darker shade, and in this case, it helps us. But if you ever want even a richer, darker, very dark color, you could even use a little bit of charcoal powder, natural, and of course for food grade charcoal powder. You could add a spoonful for a kilo to start, and then see what shades you like more, and also depending on the type of charcoal you're using. And so in this case, you could achieve an even dark, very dark gelato if it's more suitable to your taste. Sorry? Okay, do you have any good? Okay, let's see together now the recipe so we can look at it. Can you please tell us, even in chat or thumbs up, if you see the slides we're sharing with you in a few seconds, in order to be sure you're seeing it? If you want to please, okay, very good. So let's go to the recipe. So that's the recipe. We work in what we call a direct method. So we mix all the ingredients from scratch, because sometimes you can even work with a base and add your ingredients. But in this case, since we don't know with which method you're working with, we decided to go straight and simple and straightforward with a recipe which you could work with. You can use this recipe, exact recipe if you want, but you can even adjust to your method using simply substituting the sesame paste with a normal hazelnut or pistachio pure paste that you normally use. But if you want to follow our recipe, you will see that the ingredients are very traditional, such as in the traditional Italian style gelato. We have whole milk, we have 35% fats cream, we have skim milk powder, that it's a very important ingredient for texture, for overrun, for stability. We have a little quantity, as you can see, of stabilizer. So in this case, it's, to emulsify, to help keep our gelato stable, especially in the display counter later on. We have our black sesame paste, that is 100 grams on a kilo. And we have 3 different sugars. So we have sucrose, dextrose, and dry glucose syrup, because we can play in this way with the properties of the sugars. Because we know, if you work already in the gelato industry, let's say, you know that different sugars have different characteristics. They may have different sweetening power, they may have different anti-freezing power. So playing with these different sugars allows us to achieve the perfect texture, but also to play with our taste, because you are very variegated as a public for me today. And I'm pretty sure that in some countries you love your gelato sweeter. In other countries, maybe you love less sweet. So you can play with your sugars according to whatever you want to reach. So for the process is very simple. We use one of our machines that I can also pasteurize. So we have a dedicated program. We blended all the ingredients except for the black sesame paste that we add later on in order not to ruin the flavor by cooking too much. We pasteurize until 85 degrees and we cool the mixture. Then we add the paste. Then we let it stay at plus 4 degrees. That should be plus 32 Fahrenheit, if I'm not wrong. So a normal fridge temperature in order to age. We always choose and suggest in our courses at Carpigiani Gelato University you to age your prepared mixture, because it reaches the perfect characteristic. It optimizes. Because after 12 hours, ideally could be overnight, for example, you hydrate completely the powder, so the proteins and the stabilizer, for example, or you melt totally the sugars. You help also meld the flavors together. Think about a lasagna, a sauce, everything, almost everything that you cook, that you prepare, it's better the next day, because it has time to mellow and to hydrate perfectly. So then, in the meantime, the machine is gonna call us for the extraction in just a few seconds. I think I can talk to you about the product that we're gonna use today to variegate and to enrich your gelato. It's gonna be a raspberry topping that we also produce in our Maestro machine with a special program, but you can prepare it in the way you're used to work. We have a good quantity. You have a 40% of raspberry puree. You could use whatever fruit you want, but we decided to go with raspberry because I thought it was a nice complement, the slight tanginess of the raspberry with the nutty flavor of the black sesame, and also, I'd say, chromatically, in terms of color, you will have this wonderful charcoal color of gelato, variegated with this wonderful red. The machine is calling us. So you will have a very, very nice effect. You have also the recipe of our topping. And now let's start and extract our gelato. Here we are. You can see it's nice, it's very soft and creamy, and it has a wonderful, nice gray shade that I find it really elegant. Now, I can use this button that I pushed to stop the machine from the extraction in order to have all the time to work and variegate my gelato without stopping it. So I can show you. Look at the contrast of colors. I can add, be generous with your topping. Then you can just mix it a little bit to have a little bit of your raspberry topping in your pan. And then I can go on with the extraction and finish my pan. And here we are. We finish our pan with the remaining gelato. Then we'll decorate. To extract all our wonderful gray black sesame gelato. Just a second, and I will tell you, because we have, of course, the option of vegan topping and also of a vegan gelato. Let's talk about it. We just finished. Just a little touch. You can, finish the way you prefer. As I told you, now I go for a simpler presentation, but then we can play a little bit more if we want. So for a vegan option, you could use agar-agar, for example. This is a seaweed. You can use it instead of gelatin. And let's, I'd say play accordingly to the package instructions, because agar-agar varies a lot if it's in powder form, if it's in flakes. So pay attention to what the package instructions say and play accordingly. The good thing about agar-agar is that it's thermo-reversible. So if you think you add too little, you can always re-melt, reheat your product, add a little bit more and heat it more to achieve your perfect consistency. So for the moment, I would say this could be an easy and elegant variegation idea, a very simple one. But if we want to play in a spookier way, we can even add some of this wonderful poached fruit that we also realized with our machines to add like a bloody idea. For example, if you have kids and you want to make a spooky presentation, you could call it like Blood and Bones or Fire and Ashes.
And I have beautiful eyes.
Oh my God, even spookier. Yay. So, as I was telling you, you can play according to your fantasy. You can do whatever you want. This is a suggestion, this is an idea. I hope you liked it. And you can make it yours. Play with whatever you want, whatever you like. You could even, now it's spookier. You can even, yes, you can even use pectin, of course. And if you want a vegan, now it's bleeding, our gelato, you can even make a vegan version of our gelato, of our flavor, by making it a sorbet. So using a water-based, making a water-based gelato, or you could use vegetable drink-based. For example, if you're interested in gelato, in Carpigiani Gelato University, we also have courses, specialization with like dairy-free gelato or no sugar added. So you can play a lot if you want to have, you have an idea, you want to play it in a different way, you can, speak to us, and you can even organize your one-to-one course if you have your special desires. But I hope you liked it. If you have any other question, we're here. But I see someone that is eager to taste.
Yes,
so
I want to taste it. Thank you so much.
Here you are. And if you have any questions,
I'm so sorry for you guys.
I really hope you enjoyed it. It's, as I told you, it's not something really strange. It's not something that will make say, oh my God, it's so strange to your customers, but I think it will, catch the eye. So thank you so much. And
thank you guys. We are here if you have any questions, doubts.
Exactly.
Yes, I want to remind you that in November we have 2 different specialization courses, gelato with no added sugar and dairy-free gelato. Are in in the first week of November. If you want consultancies by our teacher, you can send us an email and we can arrange an online consultation with one of our teachers. Yeah. And yes, I want to remind you that there will be the introductory lesson about artisanal gelato at 9 a.m. our local time. And I would like to ask you what kind of gelato you will prepare for the Halloween, Halloween party, Halloween time. Please, if someone wants to turn on the microphone and want to tell us something about that, please, why not? Guys.
Or
we
if
have someone that writes in the Zoom chat.
Yeah, pumpkin is such a wonderful classic.
Pumpkin, yeah.
So delicious.
Classical gelato, artisanal gelato. Pumpkin with amarettos.
Yes, with
crunchy
almond biscuits and pumpkin spices. They're so good, so warming. And if you ever want to try our recipe, you can send us a picture at our address.
Sure.
It would be nice.
Send us your pictures on the email info@gelatouniversity.com.
Or tag us.
It would be amazing. Yes.
Yes, please. And thank you so much. I hope you have a nice Halloween and maybe to see you again in some of our courses.
After the live lesson, I'll send you the video recording and the recipes. Ciao, guys.
Bye.
See you
Thank
in
you.
the next online lesson. Ciao.